Greetings everyone, welcome back to my channel Data Sculptor. Today we are going to do the last video of this 5-part series, the top 50 SQL interview questions. So if you haven't watched the earlier parts, I would suggest you to watch those parts before watching this video. So you can find all the previous 4 videos in the description below. So before we start, I request you all to like this video and subscribe so that it reaches more persons. So now let's go back to SQL Server Studio and see the next set of questions. So the next question is, you need to write an SQL query to show all the departments along with the number of people in there. So for this, we simply use the group by. So department, comma, count of worker IDs as total underscore count from worker group by department. So if we want to show the data for each and every department, then we need to use this aggregate functions called count together with department. So this will give you the total number of workers present in each department. So if you run this, this is what the output you get. So admin IT has 2 and admin marketing has 3 and so on. So this is how you write an SQL query to show all departments along with the number of people in there. So the next question is, you need to write an SQL query to show the last record from a table. So this question can be answered in multiple ways. So the first way is select star from worker where worker ID is equal to select max of worker ID from worker. So the max of worker ID will give you the maximum worker ID, and it is basically the last row in the table. So this way you will get the max of worker ID, and when you are passing this value to the worker ID in the filter condition, where condition, you will get all the details from the worker where the worker ID is the maximum of the worker ID. So this is one way, and another way is select top 1 star from worker order by worker ID in descending order. So this will also give you the same result, because what we are trying to do is, first we are trying to order by the worker ID in the descending order, and once you order or sort the data in the descending order, we are taking the top one, that is the first row from the data set. So this way you need to write an SQL query to show the last record from a table. So the next question is, you need to write an SQL query to fetch the first row of a table. So this is, we have to do the same way as we have done in the earlier question. So in the earlier question we used the max of the worker ID. So here we need to use the min of the worker ID. So select min of worker ID will give you the oldest record or the first worker ID, and when you pass this value to the worker ID in the where condition from the select star from worker, it will return you all the workers where the worker ID is 1. So this will give you the first row of a table. And then other way is, we need to use the top one, select top 1 star from worker order by worker ID. So order by worker ID will make sure that the data set is sorted in ascending order by worker ID. So the top one will always give you the first row of the table. So in this way we need to write an SQL query to fetch the first row of a table. So the next question is, we need to write an SQL query to fetch the last 5 records from a table. So here we need to directly use the top keyword. So select top 5 star from worker order by worker ID in descending. So again here that worker ID, if we are trying to sort the data based on worker ID in descending order. So once we sort the data in descending order, the top 5 will give you the last 5 records from the table. So in this way, we will need to write an SQL query to fetch the last 5 records from a table. So the next question is, you need to write an SQL query to print the name of employees having the highest salary in each department. So first, in this we need to find the highest salary for each department. So select department, comma, match of salary as salary from worker grid by department. So this query will give you the highest salary in each department. Now what we will do, let's keep this in a CTE with CTE as and whatever query you have written. And now select star from worker A, inner join the CTE B on A dot department is equal to B dot department. So what we are trying to do is, in the initial worker table, we are trying to join with this CTE or the subset data on based on the department column. So once you run this, you will get all the rows. So all the worker IDs together with the department, whatever department the worker is belonging to, and whatever is the maximum salary of the department. So now in order to retrieve the names of the workers, print the name of employees having the highest salary, what we need to do is, we need to write another condition, A dot salary is equal to B dot salary. So when we write this condition, what happens is, wherever there is a match in the salary for each of the row, only those rows will be returned. In that way, we are returning the names of all the employees having the highest salary in each department. So in sales you have Michael Wilson, and in HR you have Sarah Brown and all. So in this way, you need to write a query to return all the workers having the highest salary in each department. So the next question is, you need to write an SQL query to fetch 3 max salaries from a table. So how you will do is, so first select distinct salary from worker. So select distinct salary will give you all the distinct salaries present in the table. And if you want to fetch the 3 max salaries, we use order by salary in descending order. So this will give you all the salaries in descending order. And since you want only the 3 max, so we'll use the top 3 here. So top 3 distinct salary. So this is incorrect. So you need to keep the top 3 after the distinct. So in this way, you will get only the top 3 distinct salaries from the worker table. So the next question is, we need to write an SQL query to fetch 3 minimum salaries from a table. So first we'll do select distinct salary from worker. So this will give us all the salaries present in the worker table. And if we order by the salary column, order by salary, so this will provide us all the salaries in ascending order. So here we need to fetch the 3 minimum salaries. So after distinct, I'll use the top 3. So this will give us the 3 minimum salaries from a table. So this is how you write an SQL query to fetch 3 minimum salaries from a table. So the next question is, we need to write an SQL query to fetch the nth max salary from a table. So in order to do that, we need to use the rank function. Select salary, comma, rank over order by salary in descending order as Rn from worker. So here what it does is, for every salary present in the worker table, a rank is assigned. So the rank is assigned in such a way that the highest salary will be ranked 1 and the least salary will be ranked 10. It is ranked 10 because there are 10 records in the worker table. So if you run this, this is what you get. The highest salary 75,000 is rank 1, 72,000 is rank 2, and least salary 55,000 is rank 10. So now you need to fetch the nth max. So you don't know what n is. So in order to do that, we need to declare a variable. Declare at the rate n int is equal to say 6 for example. And now we need to apply this n as a filter so that we get the sixth highest salary. So in order to do that, we'll keep this in a CTE with CTE as, and select salary from CTE where Rn is equal to variable n. So what is happening here is we cannot directly apply the rank function in the where condition. So that's why we have to use a CTE here. So in the CTE, this entire data set will be stored, and from this entire data set we are applying in the where condition for the Rn column, we are applying this n variable. So here when we apply the 6 variable value as 6, it should return 63,000. So it is returning 63,000. So in this way you write an SQL query to fetch the nth max salary from a table. So the next question is, we need to write an SQL query to fetch the departments along with the total salaries paid for each of them. So here we need to use the aggregation functions. So for each department, if we want to find the total salaries, we need to use department comma sum of salary as total salary from worker group by department. So when you write this query, it returns the each total salaries paid for each of the department. So this is a very simple question. So the next question is, you need to write an SQL query to fetch the names of workers who earn the highest salary. So here we cannot directly use the top keyword, because if there is a match in salaries between multiple employees, we need to fetch all the workers. So what will happen? So now let's see what is the max of the salary. Select max of salary from worker. So max of salary from worker is 75,000. So now let's apply this value to this salary column in the workers table. Select star from worker where salary is equal to select max of salary. So when you write this, when you execute this query, you will return multiple rows. If there are multiple employees having the highest salary, you will return all the rows. But if you directly use the top keyword, so top 1 star from worker order by salary in descending, you will not get both these workers, because we are using only top one. So that is the difference between top one and this query. So here the context is we need to fetch all the names of workers who earn the highest salary. So in this way we will write the SQL query. So that's it for today's video. We have covered the important 50 questions that can be asked for basic SQL interview question. So hope you all liked these 50 questions. So if you like this series, please click on the like button and also click on subscribe button for more videos. So in the future I will be covering similar 50 questions for Power BI as well. So hope you all watch those series as well. Thank you. Have a nice day.